Coates' comments follow several weeks where Trump's views surrounding election meddling have been repeatedly called into question. Reuters Director of National Intelligence Dan Coates said Thursday that Russia is continuing to pursue its efforts to interfere in the U.S. political system and said President Donald Trump has specifically directed the U.S. intelligence community to make countering election interference a top priority. We continue to see a pervasive messaging campaign by Russia to try to weaken and divide the United States, Coates said Thursday from the White House briefing room, according to CNN. The president has specifically directed us to make the matter of election meddling and securing our election process a top priority. Coates' comments follow several weeks where Trump's views surrounding election meddling have been repeatedly called into question. Last month, immediately after his one-on-one meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, Trump appeared to believe Putin's denial over the U.S. intelligence community's conclusion that Russia interfered in the 2016 election. Trump later told CBS that he holds Putin personally responsible for Moscow's attempts to interfere in the 2016 U.S. election. Redoubled Putin may escalate Donbass ahead of U.S. elections, expert Coates also said Thursday that while Russia is continuing to interfere in the U.S., other countries also have an interest in trying to influence our domestic political environment. We know that there are others who have the capability, Coates said. We will continue to monitor and warn of any such efforts. Coates' comments came during an unannounced briefing on election security that involved several of the top U.S. national security and law enforcement officials. Coates said, the intelligence community continues to be concerned about the threats of upcoming U.S. elections, both the midterms and the presidential elections of 2020. If you see a spelling error on our site, select it and press Ctrl Enter. Latest News 2310 SBU exposes 11 anti-Ukrainian admins in social networks. 1750 Analysis Kremlin's backdoor diplomacy. 1655 Ukraine sees increase in steel production in 7 months. 1558 Kiev sees housing price hikes in July. 1543 Ukrainian political prisoner Kostenko freed in Russia. Ombudsperson 1520 Over 2,300 Ukrainians detained and convicted in Russia. MFA 1456 WBA names Alexander Usyk boxer of July 2018. 1432 Ukraine's cabinet announces new increase in pensions. 1311 Most Ukrainians in Poland would leave for Germany. Media 1118 Ukraine names Moldovan fighting for Russian paramilitary unit. Media 1046 Gas transit via Ukraine 4.2% down in January to July. 1012 Suspected Russian spy found working at U.S. Embassy in Moscow. Media 920 NBU strengthens official forex rate to 26 Ukrainian hryvnias and 96 kopeckas to $23.36 U.S. Senators introduce hard-hitting Russia sanctions package. 2150 Slovak Foreign Ministry. Crimea still Ukrainian territory. 2110 Belarus KGB interviewing Crimean Tatars with Ukraine ties. Chubarov 1553 Ukraine's gas output shrinks by 0.6% to almost 12 BCM in January to July. 1514 Ukraine on August 2 commemorates paratroopers killed in battles. 1456 Russia gives Polish prosecutors green light to visit Smolensk. Media 1424 Ukraine exports farm produce worth $3.70 BLN to Asia in H1. 1321 boxing champion Usyk rejects Hero of Ukraine award. Media 1252 Ukraine, Israel complete legal verification of free trade deal. 1227 Ukrainian officer updates on enemy losses on August 1. Photo 1150 budget revenue in Ukraine grows by 18% in January to July. 1019 Ukrainian treasuries balance estimated at $74.20 MLN as of August 1. 923 Reuters, oil steadies to trade higher after losses. 855 NBU cuts official exchange rate to 26 Ukrainian hryvnias and 96 kopeckas to $23.35. Trump calls for stop to Mueller probe. Media 2325 members of notorious cybercrime group arrested in Europe. 2220 EBRD made lend Naftogaz $100 MLN for gas purchases. 2105 war in Ukraine answers question why NATO must expand. Media 2030 cutoff, occupied Crimea drying out. Hromadski International 1950, Banksy, graffiti in Kiev turn out to be fake. Kiev Post 1930 Russia tests electronic warfare tools on U.S. troops in Syria. 1910 Italy busts 6 recruiters of mercenaries for Donbass war. 1830 Ukraine produces 4.3 MMT of sunflower oil.